Yo, 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 what's up, guys? It's your boy, Comic Mr. Rob, back at you with another video. And today, well, I have some pretty juicy content. I am back in the office, of course, as you can tell. I've been trying to get this backdrop a little bit more involved in my videos because I am quite proud of it. But today is a special one. So as you guys know, if you watched my last video, if not, feel free to go check that out. I went to Hawaii. I took a trip to Hawaii with my wife. It was going to be a celebratory thing, but anytime I go anywhere out of state or even, 100 miles outside of my regular radius of where I live, I try and see what the local comic or toy scene is looking like. And I was able to be successful in both. I picked up 2 new figures for my toy collection, and I picked up a lot of comics. Way too many comics. So before I flip it around and show you guys what's going on in the comic, I just wanted to say a brief little thing. One, I'm almost at 300 subscribers, on the road to 500. So anybody who enjoys watching this content, feel free to subscribe. It's free. If you don't want to subscribe, no hard feelings. And if you would, please like the video and comment down below anything you want to chat about. It does help me out. I enjoy talking to you guys, and I would like to try and continue to grow this channel and this community together. Secondly, brief story about the comics, and then we'll dive in. We went to Hawaii, so the comic book stores there was only like 3 or 4 major comic book stores on the entire island of Oahu, and all of them were equally fantastic, super nice owners. I did not get to go to one of them, but I went to the other 3. And guys were awesome. They had relatively competitive and good deals. I didn't think that that was going to be the case when we went. I thought being isolated off in the middle of the ocean like that and not having many opportunities for books to be coming in and out, that it would be quite high pricing, but it was not. It was actually very fair, and I didn't ever think about it, but all the military bases there, most of those guys bring their collections with them and bring their books with them and their belongings. And if they offload them, sell them, trade them, whatever. So they do have a pretty healthy ecosystem for comic books. Toys was not as much, but it was still there. There were still some vendors and stuff. And then we got really lucky, very lucky. The last day that we were there, we had a free day. We didn't have to go to the airport until 8 o'clock at night. So we had a whole free day. And we just so happened to see that the Oahu Convention Center had a Comic-Con. It was amazing. Comic-Con Aloha. And me and my wife said, what the heck, why not? She enjoys Comic-Cons. I, of course, enjoy Comic-Cons. So we went and checked it out, and that's where actually, I'm going to say a majority of my books in this video came from. Awesome, amazing deals at a Comic-Con. There were a few from the local shops. And I did do something that I don't normally do because I have talked about it very vocally in all of my videos. I broke one of my #1 rules just because it was too good not to, and I'm going to show you guys these books and get your opinion as to what we should do with them. So without further ado, I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll go through the collection. Okay, guys, now that I have it all flipped around and set up for your viewing pleasures, sit in. This might be a little bit of a longer video. I do have a lot of books to go through. Not quite a short box, but pretty darn close, as you can tell in the background. This was the golden rule that I broke. I did purchase some slabs. Not because I really wanted to, it was because the price made sense. They were super available. I did a really big kind of like group bargain deal and got all of them for a ridiculous price. You can see a hidden little 7.5 back there. That will be the last book we show, and I'll show you what's in front of it with the little Wolverine. You've probably already can tell. These sticker prices down here, ignore them. That was not what we paid. This was all con. This was all bundling. This was all just a lot of fun. Again, an amazing Comic-Con. If you're ever in Hawaii, go to the amazing Comic-Con Aloha. It was a fantastic time. Not the biggest Comic-Con in the world, but a lot of comic books, a lot. As you can see, there's some really big ones here. You got, we'll get a closer look of them here shortly, but you got Ghost Rider. This is Marvel Spotlight #6, so this is the second appearance of Ghost Rider. You got first appearance of Morbius, and you got the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. We have a secret one hiding back here we'll show you. And then we got into some nasty deals in big books. So let's dive in, grab a snack, grab a drink, subscribe if you're not subscribed, of course, and let's get to take a look. Now, I did purchase a couple things. I have them kind of set up by character-ish, kind of. Not really, actually, now that I look at it. I already had one of these copies, but this copy was much cleaner. So I picked up, of course, all the Absolute Batman. So you have number 1, number 2, and then this is the variant cover, the Noir cover, or Noir? No, I don't know. Variant cover for the Batman issue number 1. So I did get all those for a really good deal for the price of probably just like, I think it was like $8 for all 3 of those. So that's pretty good. This is a pretty cool little issue that I picked up from Batman Black and White, little full cover with the dinosaur. That's a really cool little like T-Rex cover, and I think that's Batman in his mouth. That's awesome. Cool. And then, of course, I did get these 2 guys. I am going to fly through these. I'm starting with DC. I do love DC, but they don't get as much love as they should. I got Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Superman issue number 1 for All In. Great books. I've been reading them. And then this is actually a pretty slept-on book. People love the Absolute series, and people are, really eating it up and having a good time with it. But they're not buying All In Special number 1, which is the first appearance of Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Superman. So I have this and the special, like the variant cover, the black and white kind of, or killed color cover. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to these because eventually, if we ever get some more popularity or expansion on the Absolute Universe, those books might be pretty sought after and hard to find. This isn't new from New Comic Book Day this past week. This was Batman covered issue number 1. I really enjoyed this cover. I don't know what this is going to turn into, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's a good book. Okay, getting into some stuff that isn't, still kind of modern, but not as modern. You got Death of Superman and the variant cover for it. I picked up both of these. This has, this has been a book that I've had in and out of the collection multiple times, and I finally found a super crisp, clean copy this time around, so I'll probably keep it. Very nice book. If you don't have it, you should definitely get it. It's a very good book. It's a good read, too. Good story. I am a big fan of the Kingdom series. Alex Ross did a lot of it with the Kingdom, but the Kingdom timeline in general with DC. I have all the other ones, but then I found these 2 bad boys. So I picked these up. I haven't read them yet, but if it's anything like the Kingdom storyline on the other stuff in this time frame or in this universe, I'm going to definitely enjoy it. These are awesome books. Mark Waid also is just like the man, you know what I mean? Now we're going to be getting into, let me show you, yeah. So as you guys know, as you saw earlier in the video and the intro, I am a big Flash guy. I am currently almost done with the full Silver Age run of Barry Allen. I'm missing, probably 20 books, but I filled in a big part of that gap this time. You got issue number 215 here, just a classic cover. This is a, 25-cent book. Some of these older Flashes are hard to get in good shape. This is issue 258. Again, another just really cool cover. I love the Flash in general. And, they do like some crazy purple backgrounds and they do these wild pops of color. They were really experimental, really fun covers. Speaking of purple backgrounds, boom. Flash issue 250. Got Iceman on there, or, Captain Cold, if you would want to refer to him as his villainous name in the DC universe. Same thing with Heatwave. He's in one of these books somewhere. But yeah, Captain Cold, classic purple cover with the Flash getting all torn up by the Golden Glider. Then you got another classic here, issue 246. You know, just a classic did I kill this person thing. That's a Flash maybe accidentally kills over 100 people throughout his entire storyline and then doesn't actually kill them. So just like a classic Flash move there. And then we picked up issue 178. This is a super cool cover with Green Lantern, Kid Flash, and Golden Age Flash Jay Garrick. And then you got these classic covers issued on this cover. So you have, this is like the first Golden Giants. You got the first, I believe this is the first meeting of Green Lantern and Flash's title. This is a super cool Captain Cold and Trickster cover with Jay Garrick and Flash and his Frozen. I actually have all three of these books on the wall behind me. So, of course, that cover was super cool to find, and it's a big team up, which I definitely enjoy reading the team ups. Okay, let's get these out of the way. Getting into some bigger keys, individual key issues. People love those. These are the two biggest DC keys I picked up while I was in my Hawaii mindset. This is Static issue number 1, first appearance of Static. Now, if you're close to my age, which I am near 30 years old, basically. I mean, I'm 29. I'll be 30 soon. This was a cool TV show growing up. He didn't look like this on the cover. They made him look like Static Shock, which is like a more kid version of him, which he is, you know. But you know, he would get on his trash can lid and slide across the power lines, and he was, I remember one time he made an appearance in Justice League Unlimited where he had to power the entire space station, and I don't know, I just always really enjoyed the character, and then getting a chance to buy issue number 1, the first appearance of Static, definitely was a must grab. And then this next book isn't, it's been a book that has eluded me for quite some time. I've never really enjoyed the price point that some people put on this book because it's a personal opinion. I don't think it's necessarily worth $150 unless it's just in an extremely high grade. And sometimes people put it all the way up to $200 to, you know, $300 if it's like a 9.8 and CGC graded. But I found a really beautiful, nice raw copy. It does have a kind of a rough spine, but all in all, it is a beautiful book. It displays beautifully. It's a book I've wanted, and I only spent $70 on it. So I am doing New Teen Titans issue number 2. This is the first appearance and cover of Deathstroke, the Terminator, Mr. Slade Wilson himself. This is a super cool book. I am a huge fan of not all villains, but I do enjoy anti-heroes and certain villains, Slade Wilson being one of them, as well as, you know, like the Juggernaut, and, you know, even Wolverine's kind of anti-hero-y, so is, like, Ghost Rider, he's kind of anti-hero-y. I've always enjoyed kind of the good bad guys, and Slade Wilson is not necessarily all bad. He does do bad things. He has a grudge against Robin and the Teen Titans, of course, but he usually is doing things just because he's paid to do them, not because he wants to do them, and I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, super cool. You got Starfire, Cyborg, Robin, you got Kid Flash back there, you got Raven standing up there. Super, super, super cool. So that is the DC haul, my friends. Now we're about to dive into a big stack of Marvel. So I'm going to start off with 2 lighter books. These are both, well, here, we'll do this first. This is Uncanny X-Men. I'm blanking on the number. 160. This is the technical first appearance of Magic, or she eventually turns into Magic, I should say. But that's a super cool book. I got it for a really good deal. It was sitting in somebody's dollar bin, and I thought that was like a nice little minor key, so I grabbed it. And it's in great shape, you know. It's not super beat up or anything, so I am happy to purchase them. Next here you have Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 24. This is a super cool book. Picked it up. Again, it was in that same dollar bin, and I figured I would just grab it as well. Cool. All right, now we're going to get into, I'm going to split these up kind of. I don't know how to, I mean, I guess these are all kind of key books. There's not really a right and wrong way to do it. Well, yeah, there is. We can do it this way. Okay. Keep your interest going. Thunderbolts is coming out soon, of course. Everybody's been seeing all the trailers and all the announcements of that. And so you're starting to see all these books come out of the wet works. But people, in my opinion, people are not at the I'm going to pay speculation book pricing yet. So these books actually are really good deals. Like I got this for $50. Now it's not a newsstand, it's a direct edition, but this is Century #1. This is the first appearance of Century. And $50 on this book is an absolute steal. I don't really see anything wrong with it except for there is a spine tick right there. And then there's like a little bit of a spine tick up here. But it's like an absolute gorgeous book. And, you know, the guy had, you know, $100 price tag on it. I ended up buying a few of these other ones from him. And when it all worked out, it ended up being like a $50 book. So super cool, super blessed to have that. Sentry is going to be a super overpowered and strong character in the MCU. I think that they're going to have ability to use him quite a lot. This is one of the ones I've been hoping they bring into the screen, just like Nova. I want Nova to be brought into the MCU pretty bad because the Nova Corps is so important in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I feel like we haven't talked about that yet at all. So anyway, Sentry numero uno. Next up, Avengers 196. Of course, classic cover. This is the first appearance of Taskmaster, another member of the Thunderbolts. 40-cent cover, super clean book. It's got a little color tear, color break, whatever you want to call it right there. But it's honestly, it doesn't super really affect the book in my opinion. It's also a newsstand. So, I mean, it's just a great grab for, you know, $25, $30. I paid $30 for this one. $30, you can't really say no. All right. Next up, this is actually a pretty good sized book. I got this one for $45. This is Avengers number 43. This is the first appearance of the Red Guardian. Yet again, another Thunderbolt. Loving the Thunderbolt vibes. So, Mr. Red Guardian. Now, this is not a super high quality issue. That's the only reason I got such a good deal on it. It's got a lot of spine ticks up and down the spine. They're all color breaking. It's got a weird little crease off to the side here. It's got a bent and creased corner. It's got some pretty rounded edging. I mean, it's just not a copy that you would probably ever get graded if you are into grading. But it displays really pretty. It's going to go on the wall very nice, and it's going to look really good in the collection. And it is a space filler nonetheless. So first, Red Guardian, great book. Next up, to stick to the Thunderbolts theme, aka first appearance of Thunderbolts in the background. I know you guys are staring at it. Here we go. This is Black Widow. This is I think it's like our second. It's Marvel Knights, so I think it's like our second solo or third solo series. Anyway, she had a bunch of little solo series. This is technically the first appearance of oh no, I'm gonna space on her name. It starts with an L. Lena? Oh gosh. Well, correct me and butcher me in the comments. It's her sister. It's the first appearance of that version of Black Widow, who is also a Thunderbolt. It is not actually Romanoff. It's whatever her... Oh, golly, that's gonna... Y'all guys are gonna roast me for that. Well, it is what it is, you know. That's life. Life goes on. Next up, we're getting away from the Thunderbolt-y thing for a second. We're gonna have... again, another huge speculation book. Red Hulk #1. First appearance of Red Hulk. He's making a big splash here shortly with the new Captain America movie coming out. It's going to be really, really... I think it's either going to be a great, fantastic, classic film, or it's going to absolutely flop. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it either way. But yeah, another great, huge, nice, major key. This is a minor key, but, and this is not volume 3. This is volume 1. But this is the first appearance of Professor Hulk, which is super cool. But this is Hulk 377, classic cover. This is a very clean, crisp, sharp copy. I am very happy to have it in my collection. This, I mean, it's definitely worthy of getting graded, but I don't grade books. I sometimes buy them, I guess, but I don't grade them. A couple of cool older keys here. You got Hulk 141. This is first Doc Samson. And he's on the cover front and center staring us down. We got a little bit of a smudge stain on Hulk's butt here. Then we got a bent in corner and a little bit of some fray right there. We got some spine ticks, of course. It's a rough copy. But whenever you're digging through these, like, you know, $5, $10 bins and you find something like this at a Comic-Con, you got to grab it. You know, somebody on eBay is going to try and sell this for 40 or 50 bucks, and you're finding it in a, you know, a $5 or $10 bin. So definitely worth it. Following that up, and right behind it at the con when I found it, this is Hulk 162. This is the first appearance of Wendigo, which actually ends up being a pretty major villain for Hulk and Wolverine slightly. But Wendigo also is famously on the cover of Hulk 180, which is the first cameo. I don't believe in that experience of Wolverine. I think that's just the first appearance of Wolverine in general, but whatever. CGC says it is, so that's who we trust, I guess, right? Okay. Moving on. Now, these aren't any major keys. These are just cool covers I picked up, so I'll show them briefly to follow the Hulks. This is Hulk 420 and Hulk 317. These are both super cool covers, and I am definitely glad to add them to the collection. They were also very clean copies. Everybody loves a good clean copy. Again, these are not major keys. These are some cool Todd McFarlane books. I was able to finally pick up Spider-Man 1, the collector. I think there's one or two others, but I found all three of these, and they were $5 a piece. So $5 a piece goes in the collection, my friends. Same thing with these. This is super cool to find these, all the 30th anniversaries. So yeah, you got Spectacular Spider-Man, you got Spider-Man, you got Web of Spider-Man, and The Amazing Spider-Man. These were all 30th anniversary issues. They all came out at the same time. They all have this cool little hollow cover on all of them. Excuse the yawn. I am still very jet lagged. But these are super clean, super fresh books. Actually, this one, when I found it, I wanted to read these. It was still in a poly bag. I had to remove it out of the poly bag to read it, which, you know, I don't mind doing. So those, great grab, of course. Oh, these are super cool. I forgot I got these. Oh, funny me. So also, can we talk about clear bag and boards? How sick is that? So I got the Helverine series. Sorry, let me leave that up there. Stupid of me. This is a super modern book, but I really enjoyed the Scotty issue #1 variant cover. And then, of course, the following covers are like the actual standard first issue covers of these. But these covers were super sick. I enjoy both of these characters very much. So I bought them. And they were in clear bags and boards, which is kind of legendary. But yeah, these are really cool books. And I mean, especially that cover. I mean, check that out. That's crazy. Helverine. Super cool grab. Super cool. All right, moving on. Speaking of Ghost Rider, we got one of his mini-series here. You got Ghost Rider versus the Hoods, issue #1. Then you have, these are all, I think, really cool Percy, Kim, and Campbell. Well, this first one was a J. Scott Campbell cover, but this is a really cool series. And then, of course, everybody saw this one recently. This is like a really cool foil Final Vengeance. That's awesome. Super cool little thing, so I had to grab it. Of course, why wouldn't I? Oh, I missed these when we were talking about speculations, I suppose. This is a really cool series. First, Sam, or Falcon, if you will, as Captain America. And so that'll be really cool for the movie. That's his first appearance as wearing the stripes, my friend. And then, of course, it's a full series. So we do have all of the issues, because you know me, I am a completion run type of guy, and they were all there, so why wouldn't you buy them all? Super cool cover right there. What else are we getting into here? Oh, yeah, these are going to be really cool too. So, we have Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, Wolverine's mask, that's cool, and issue number 4, Punisher with the samurai to the throat, my friend. Super cool covers, super cool story, absolutely absurd dialogue. If you guys ever read Deadpool books, they are nuts, but they are very fun to read. So I'm not hating on them at all. Okay, time for the big stuff. Getting into probably one of the very few times during this YouTube channel you're going to see me purchase these. Now, I have a couple more slabs actually coming, speaking of that, but where do I want to start? I want to start, you guys are going to see the Flash little ducky here in a second. There he is! So we'll start with this. This is a very cool book. Of course, everybody has seen Marvel Spotlights. They're classic books from the 70s. This is a 72 issue. This is the second appearance of Ghost Rider and the origin of Ghost Rider retold. Super cool cover of them playing a little bit of chicken on the old motorcycles here. Only one shall survive. Death, cry the angels from hell. Super crazy covers. I couldn't imagine what it was like seeing these come out and pop up on the shelves in the 70s. That's super gnarly. So we did pick that up. Let you take a look at the back here. The Class A Racing, classic, cool looking little back there. Off-white to white pages, which I honestly am not super particular about because I am going to probably crack these out unless you guys tell me not to. That is what I've done in the past, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys probably know better than I do. Should I crack these out or should I keep them slabbed? This is Amazing Spider-Man 101. Pretty big book. First appearance of the living vampire, Mr. Morbius. He is a monster in this book. He's a bad guy. But, it's Dr. Michael Morbius. There's a lizard appearance in this book, too, which is cool because he's, one of my favorite villains for Spider-Man. This is the backside. Do you need extra money? Absolutely, after buying all this crapola. And then this is off-white pages, of course. Why wouldn't it be? There's a classic beast hanging out and a Pokeball. Let's see. What do we got next here? Mr. Incredible Hulk 449. First appearance of the Thunderbolts. This came out in 1997. This is a Peter David story. And then pretty sure it's a Mike Diodato, or I can't say his last name. Yeah, right there. Cool cover. Let me show you the back of it here. Save Castle Infinity. This is a super clean book. It's an 8.0, honestly, but after looking at it, I don't know why that guy, whoever graded it, I don't know why they didn't get higher than that. And then we'll move into Mr. Hidden. You saw the yellow label. You saw the 7.5. I'm sure you're assuming it's a big book. Well, it is a big book to me. One of my favorite characters of the X-Men, and signed by one of the greatest storytellers in all of X-Men history. This is the Uncanny X-Men 266. First appearance of Gambit and a Mystique appearance. This is in a 7.5. This came out in 1990. This is a Chris Claremont story, which it is signed by Chris Claremont, and it is also signed by Mr. Jim Lee, because he is the co-creator of the character Gambit. And this was signed back in 2016. Now, this will probably be the only book that I have in my collection that I will not crack out. I will keep it in this slab because somebody went through all the legwork of getting it verified, and it's got a yellow label. It's a 7.5 grade. I got it for $180. Why would I crack it? This one I will keep in the slab for sure. And I'll leave that guy there just so you guys can stare at it. I'll show you the back of the book if you guys care. Sometimes people never get to see the backs of these things because they stay in bags and boards or they stay in pretty photos on eBay. And then as for the toys of the con, I did grab two toys. Now, as you guys know, I am a toy collector as well. It's not as heavy as comics with the exception of the Flash obsession that I have. I do have probably every single major Flash issued toy for the past decade, and then I have a couple of vintage and old ones as well. But I do collect a very large amount of Transformers, one of which being the Armada series, which we did find this bad boy here. Now, this is an Autobot. His name escapes me. I just had it in my head. Oh, well. Comes with his Minicon. It is fully completed. It has both missiles included on both sides. It does transform. It does have the front glass. It is fully complete, and it's beautiful. I do collect a lot of the Armada series Transformers. I mean, I'll show you at the end, I guess. I don't know if I've ever showed those or not. And then I found this Marvel Legends. This, of course, is Patch. As a reference point, I did not buy this book at the con. This is a book that's already in my collection. I just want to show you guys. This is mimicking the iconic Wolverine number 8 issue of first appearance of Patch. That's what they're calling him because he wears the eye patch. And then a Gray Hulk. Of course, Gray Hulk is iconic. And now I have Mr. Gray Hulk and Mr. Patch in physical form as well. I don't know if I'm going to take these out of the box or if I'm going to leave them in the box, to be completely honest with you. I like displaying my toys out of the box. One example of that would be the Transformers. I will show you here. I display them all like they're having a little meeting, with the exception of the new guy. I just put him back up there. And then, of course, I have the backdrop of issue 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Transformer Limited series back in the 80s, I believe. And then showing off my Spider-Mans, because I can. Okay, let's go back down to camera level. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, well, please, that is, oh, I'm so sorry I left you guys stranded. I just remembered. You get a surprise at the end. For the first time, sorry, I'm across the room. For the first time in my life, I purchased artwork. I don't know how I'm going to show this. I guess I'm going to have to just do it sideways. But this is Secret Wars. This is a print, I believe. This is a Doom cover. I'm going to frame this. I'm actually going to go pick up frames of this today. I want to start getting a little bit more variety in the room, make the office look a little more presentable. And then these are originals. This is a Nunez original. You can probably see it like that. There you go. That's Joker Batman. That's a Nunez original. You can actually see like his sketching marks and like color lines and smears and smudges and all kinds of funny stuff. That's original art there. That's super cool. And then, of course, some Ghost Rider original art as well. So I found all of this as well. These were just hanging out at some of these booths. Guys didn't really want to get rid of them. But everything's possible when you buy 50-plus books. People start loosening their collections when you have money flying. So that is the haul from Hawaii. I did have to ship this stuff back. I did not have room for it in my luggage, which is fine, which is why the video is coming out a little later. I think it's been over a week since I've uploaded, which, again, I know you guys probably had better things to do, but I wanted to share my experience at Amazing Con, Aloha, and my Hawaii trip. I wanted to show all of my collection to you guys. I wanted to show you guys my slabbed books and how exciting all of that is, and get your opinions if I should crack these slabs or if I should keep them slabbed. If you guys think I should crack them out and put them in the raw collection that I have, I will make a video of me busting them open, and you guys can, we'll flip through them, and you guys can see all the first appearances of some of these awesome characters. Well, that's going to be about it for me, and I'm going to wrap it up there. Again, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and comment down below your thoughts and critiques. As always, peace and love.